everyone, and welcome back to Personal Projects. Unfortunately, we're here with another Porsche, but it's not really a Porsche. Thank you, Modus Elise. We are back here with the RUF RGT-8, and the RUF RGT-8 is a special kind of car because it's, again, a Porsche, but not really, and one that you can buy without having the Porsche expansion. Because I feel like I've been doing way too many Porsches, or Porsches, whatever, as of late, and you guys can't use them because a lot of you don't have the Porsche pack, and honestly, this late in the game in Forza, that was lucky, this late in the game in Forza, there's not really a point in getting it, unless you're a super huge Porsche fan, but, like, you know, it's 20 bucks on top of, like, it probably costs more than what the game costs now. But anyway, this car is unique because it has a V8. I'm not sure the displacement, but it is a V8. Before retards start commenting, oh, I don't know, it's not a V8, it's a flat six. All Porsches have flat sixes. Look it up before you try to fucking contradict me, because I did. Bitch. Fuck you. That M3 video gets me so mad every time I look at it, man. So what the deal here is that it's got a V8. I've got about 550, 560 horsepower in it, which is very low for a rear engine car. This thing is fun as tits, man. It is so much fun to use. I don't know what it is, but I really love rear engine cars for some reason. I find that having all the weight in the rear is a welcome challenge for me. It's not that hard to keep this car sliding. I don't know if it's just because of the V8, but it's like, it feels like an Ariel Atom V8 type thing, where it's like got the two 4 cylinders kind of together, and then that's just your V8. Because it doesn't sound like a really throaty V8, and it doesn't have super lots of torque, but it revs fucking high as balls and sounds awesome. Let's see if you can hear it. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite sounding V8s in the game. Mostly because I love high revving V8s. You know, I like the American V8s too, don't get me wrong, but I am a huge fan of the really high revving BMW V8s and this V8. So with this, it took me a little bit of work because it's, of course, rear engine cars, not always easy. But I do love how it's set up right now. It's set up where it's a fucking rocket in the turns, of course. This thing picks up speed like nobody's business. With most cars, you'll find yourself up until like the exit of the apex, even though you're on full throttle, you're not really picking up lots of speed. This thing, no. You put your foot on the gas and you're gone. You're immediately picking up miles per hour, which is awesome, especially for me being controller driven, having issues with speed. Like, I maybe finished about, if I would have finished, nobody else would have finished behind me. And I was setting just as strong points laps as the guys behind me too, so... tryhards. No, I'm kidding. But the biggest surprise with me is the chassis is not that unpredictable, and it's not that grippy. I mean, you'd expect it to be like the GT3 I had on Build a Drift to Kill It on Friday, where it's like, oh well, you know, gotta go for light and it's overpower. This one, it's like 2,700 pounds, something like 560, under 600 horsepower for sure. And the thing feels fine, you know, it feels chuckable when you need to chuck it. Of course, when it gets into these transitions, after a couple quick ones, it's just like, whoa, dude, I don't know what the fuck to do, man. But for the most part, it's super controllable and super fun to use. And, holy crap, like, I'm going to use this a lot. Like, right here, on these long turns, I'm like, well, I'm definitely going to lose time here. And, of course, I did, but, like, it doesn't handle... so poorly where you would be like, wow, okay, no, I'm never using this car again, this is terrible, you know, I get no points, I can't chain any drifts. And especially when you come off the bank, like right here, I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna die, and every single time, like, the car just, especially that first lap, I just murdered the bank. I came down so hard, and it's just like, I don't care, my name is Hans, the Porsche, I will do everything you need me to do. And that was terrible German accent, but it's very, very controllable, and I love that. But it still has that degree of if you fuck up, it will kill you. It's almost like a Ferrari in that sense. Some Ferraris I have, like I have a 458 Italia, I think, which might be next week's episode, but I have a 458 Italia, I think, that does drift very well, but will cut your head off if you aren't completely on top of what you're doing. Like this is like this corner, I was like, I'm never gonna be able to get this. Sure enough, no problem. The only thing you gotta be super careful of, again, because this thing is not bulletproof, is that you gotta be really careful when you're foot braking to transfer your weight. Because all the weight is at the back, because that's where your power is going, that's where your engine is. So you have to be ready for all that weight to sling forward as you tap the brakes to kind of transition, and just kind of be ready for maybe some understeer. So for those people that are using manual with clutch or the handbrake to transition instead, you may find that it's not a huge issue. But for those people that really rely on the foot brake, you may have to change your driving style up a little bit. But for all in all, like I think it's worth the credits. Like I spent like 250,000 credits on this car, buying it and everything, and I had a shit ton of fun. So thanks guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Later.